first of many videos. Still dropping. One second, guys. First of many videos, and it's time to go. Like, it's the 11th hour. So right now you're seeing this. We're late into November of 2025, and there's some things we heard about in November 2024 that are gnawing at us like that fire shut up in our bones, that are ready to explode and ready to get out. And it's like, you know something? This is great. I'm looking at these videos. I'm gonna post it on a YouTube channel, right? I've got multiple Gmail. I realize that's all you need to make a YouTube channel. You don't need necessarily all the bells and whistles. We'll get started, and as you'll see, it'll grow from there. But I got multiple emails. One of them is going to be donated. It's going to be dedicated specifically to financial talks every day, or not every day, but like just a lot, often, right? Financial literacy training, talking, and the more the depth I get, the better I'll be able to speak to you. I was on Instagram. I think I was on Instagram, and I was like, okay, how do you do the live? I was today years old, or that day years old, when I realized Instagram is not doing live anymore. I'm not able to see how to do it exactly, right? Maybe you have to make a reel or something like that, or a thread, or whatever it is, right? And I was like, wow, I've been not paying attention to my Instagram that much, which is supposed to, like, most people use it like a marketing tool to realize that, wait a minute, like, this is not working the same way that I'm at it anymore. And like, Instagram will show the date of the last video. So like on my financial literacy page and my financial services page, right? Yeah, it'd been like months or weeks or whatever it is. It'd been like multiple weeks and months before I had posted anything else. And it's like that video, the video previous, I was talking about what we're doing on YouTube, and I never did it. So I was like, man, the stuff that you say, people are waiting for. Like, people who are assigned to you, I'm talking to myself, I'm also talking to you guys, are waiting for it. I was just talking to that gentleman, right? Just met him, right? And I was like, what is that verse about the corn? Right? And God was like, nah, I'm talking to you, but you have to talk to this person about it, the big guy. And the verse from Proverbs 11:26, it says, people will curse those who withhold their grain. Other verses of the Bible, right, say corn, and these people will bless, or they will praise those who sell it. I'm paraphrasing it, right? And I was like, wow, I'm talking to somebody, right? And God is talking to me. And for the first time in like my life, I had these feelings of like I'm sweating, like, oh my goodness, right? Not because I'm afraid of talking to the person. That's because I was like, I could feel I'm moving closer into assignment, right? It wasn't anxiety per se. It was kind of like there's a rush. And it's like, oh, this is an assignment. There's people who I've called you to that you don't know, that I've put a word in you for, that they don't know you, right? And all your mistakes or whatever it is that you're the exactly person for the job. I'm not going to run from it anymore. I feel like I'm being called into assignment, to ministry. I am the right person from the job. It's something that took me a while to catch. We went to an Ark of Men conference. I am the one, you are the one, let's do great things together. It's me, it's you, let's go. Paraphrasing. I said paraphrase, I'm summarizing. Paraphrasing, but so that you guys can get the point of it, right? This is what it is, right? David was talking about, even if I go to the depths of Sheol, the darkest place, the gates of hell, you're still there. And you're saying that you're there, and you're with me, and you're for me, right? Even if you mess it up, even if you've been inconsistent. I'm raising my hand, right? I'm driving, so I'm not going to do that too often, right? You've been inconsistent. If you've made decisions that affected yourself and your family, and that affected your self-image and all these type of things, right? None of those things matter. God says that you are the right person for the job. This is a short video for somebody who watch other YouTube videos, 20 minutes, hour, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, listen to a podcast, but it's time to go. And I'm glad I'm saying it. And I just did a video about this on my Instagram, but I'll probably link this if I can post a video like this on Instagram and link this to the thing. And right after I'm done making the video, I'm going to put a picture on the account that I'm going to use for these videos. I'm going to start posting content because people need it. It's not about me. People need it. It's not about my credentials or my background, which we will change and improve, right? But the mindset, right? The Gideon mindset that God, I'm this and I'm that. I'm the least. I'm the least of the house of Jacob. We're Benjamites, right? Gideon or Saul, who said this. Saul got a heart transplant. God gave him a new heart so he can do the work, and he still had doubts. David had doubts too, right? David had less qualifications than his brother had. David's older brothers, Eliab, right? Eliab was at the palace, right? Or at the battlefield with King Saul, right? Being mocked by all means, right? The mightiest of all the brothers, the oldest and the biggest of all the brothers, the one that the prophet saw and said, surely this one is him. And I was like, no, not him, right? Pray for our older brothers that they don't get rejected, but you're the one for the job. It's burning me up a little bit inside, but I've done a lot, so this will be my apology plus we're getting right to it, the video. Saying that the ones who are called by my name, the ones who are watching me, there's been letdowns. There's been brothers who I know, even go to our church, right? If I was looking at it, me personally, I'd be like, man, that person probably left the church because of what I was doing or what I wasn't doing. Even if we were growing and moving forward, leaps and bounds, even if we were breaking out a chance, stuff like that, what they wanted to see, they didn't see out of me, so they left. And they wouldn't tell you that directly, but that's what's going on, right? That leadership quality in me, right, says that I'm the guy. So even if it's not my fault, it's my fault. Even if it's not my ministry or my branch or whatever it is, I'm the one that they're looking for. Even in our marriage, even in our everything. So it's like, I'm not going to run from it anymore. And you wouldn't run because you're scared. That really normally is not it. That part's not me. You run because you think that you're not the person you're supposed to be there, right? You give God all your Gideon night qualifications, saying that you're not this and not that, even though he's the one that qualified you. So there's work to be done, and we'll do it, and we'll get it done. And there's things that I've said that have not come to pass at this time yet, but they will happen between this year and next, right? I don't want to say too much directly, so I'm not promising things that I'm not going to back up, but we're going to back this up, right? And it's me, and I'm the one, and I can hear it, and I can hear it clearly, and I can hear it loudly and audibly, so I'm saying it. And wherever people are watching, y'all watching it. Y'all can get it, right? Somebody be encouraged by that. You are the right person for the job. You are the right person for the assignment. It is you, regardless of whatever it is that you did, all of your everything. Great job. Good or bad, great job. Let's get better from here, right? Good or bad, great job, right? I'm not saying that to sugarcoat things, mess up a lot of things, right? Have made the wrong turn sometimes, and then affect my family, right? But I'm the right person for the job. The right person for the job. No one's going to do a better job at doing your assignment than you, who God has equipped and who has made provision for, that will get it done. Jonah might not have been, Jesus, God is talking to me, I'm talking to you, right? Why would Prophet Jonah be somebody that God picked when God knows the heart before the person knows their heart? God knows it and says, okay, this person I'm giving the assignment to is going to be somebody who does this. He knows all. Like, he wasn't surprised by anything, right? Because this is the person that I want to do the job. This is the guy that want to give the assignment. If I got to swallow him up in the way a little bit, that he understands that it's him and not anybody else. When he repents, right, the beast or the whale or the fish will spit him up and be at the right place. So now I feel like I'm coming out the whale. Reckless abandon, time to go. Not making any super big promises, but we're trying to roll with this. And we're getting into 10 minutes. Right? Thank you, iPhone. Now look at the video quality, right? In the car, talking to you guys. Time to go. People I've let down before, people in my family, yeah, watching this whole here we go again, here comes the grandiose thing. That's normally my issues, because I have that Joseph syndrome, and I can see things bigger than what they are at the moment. It gets me excited, but excited doesn't get it. You got to be committed, plus you got to be focused, right? Otherwise, all type of distractions can come in, and the distraction can be your lack of ability to see in yourself what other people can see in you, right? And it becomes distracting because you don't have something in front of you to to distract yourself with. But now we're saying we arrest that thought or those thoughts and saying, even if those thoughts of the enemies were sent towards me, come on, let's go. The joke, right? That wasn't a joke, right? That like came across my ears, right? Even at the office. You're not a fighter, are you? You sure about that? I was offended by it, but I was like, nah, the results is kind of showing that that's why they would make that joke, but it wasn't a joke. They're like, somebody who's serious or whatever would have already turned the key already, right? But it was like, even that person would say that, like, I know where they were coming from with it. So it's like, that level of assignment. You guys that follow me on Facebook, Instagram, you're gonna get a treat. Right, here I come again. Now, at one point, if you've been following me long enough, you know I used to give you pepper every day, right? Without fail, it was a challenge. It was responsible, a challenge, right? Somebody, a network marketing mentor that I had, right? Not just a network marketing mentor, but a mentor, right? Right? Trying to challenge us to get out and to do things, right? To make it happen. Go out there and post something every day for 30 days, and it turned into like every day for like a year. Positive message, right? And I will kind of end it with what I used to say. I can't remember, right? Which is terrible because I'm kind of detached from it. But if you go back and scroll, like it hasn't been that many, like Instagram, Facebook only keeps what you post on it. So I don't post all the other things, but whatever. So you scroll long enough, you'll be able to see those positive messages, right? And positivity and motivation has its place, but you got to be deep into it. Now we're deep into the word. I feel like now I got to mix the word with it. Not mix the word with it, but I gotta cook the word with it so people can get fed with it. Because some people, I am their pastor, even though I'm not ordained as a minister yet. Even though I'm not, you know what I mean? I don't have a church that I'm pastoring, or I don't have a flock per se. I do have a flock, and it's my job to make sure that they get fed. All right? Yeah. So like what I'm saying is I'm responsible for people. People are assigned to me, right? Siblings, cousins, right? They're watching. I know they're watching. They don't say that they're watching. I know they're watching. I know they keep tabs on me, right? Because they don't see me in person enough. And I'm not going to hide behind the church I have either, right? In which case, my church is always doing something. I'm always part of it. I take joy in it, genuine joy. Like, I'm not faking that, right? But to be at church and to be getting poured in this much is like it's criminal almost. That I'm not pouring more. I'm not planting more. I'm not sowing more. It's a good type of conviction. I've been arrested before in the Holy Spirit. Thank God. Now, that was when we were about to get married. Arrested now. You're taking too long with this woman. You got a good woman over here, and you don't want to break up the family. Holy Spirit said, get to it. I'll provide the rest, and He surely did. We're now 3 years married. We now have added 2 more children after the marriage. Our firstborn, right? The powerhouse came before we got married. Came before I knew the math on it. She told me about that a month after we got together, right? But there's work and there's assignment. There's things that we need to do, right? That nobody else. No, that's not true. Somebody else can do it, right? But God is saying, I want you to do it. I can lift up a rock to praise myself for what God said, right? I can lift up rocks to do it, but I want you to do it. I made you king of the earth, man, Adam. I gave you dominion, right? That's not a cocky thing to say. He's King of Kings, Lord of Lords. He didn't say, which He's King of the rocks and the plains and animals and mountains too. He's the God of the mountain, God of the plains. He says that too, but He's also King of Kings. So that means that He assigned you to be a king. You ain't got nowhere else to run. You ain't got nowhere else to go. I got people I got to apologize to, right? Including my wife and everything, my children. Things that I've said and not come to pass. But we get the apologies out, and then it's like, okay, time to go. Plan, formulated, action, consistency. And you'll get there. And you getting there is going to open the door for somebody else to get there. Talking to myself. Or God's talking to me as I'm talking to you. Happens a lot. Right? Open up my mouth wide, He said, and I'll fill it. Right? So we're going. We're rolling. We're pressing. You know, today is today. It's not yesterday. It's also not tomorrow. Right? Listen to some books. in the last couple of days. And the way you think about things affects the way that you do things. It affects the way you attack something. Right? I wasn't into boxing when I was little, like taking the classes or heavy bag or anything like that, but fighter's mentality developed, right? My favorite shows, all of them had fighting involved with them, right? Even some of the shows had nothing to do with Christianity whatsoever, but I wanted to watch a fight. I wanted to watch something that was dramatic, right? The spirit man in me was crying out to be developed into a warrior somehow. You're either gonna get it taught by your parents, or the enemy will use what you're looking for, your assignment, as a way to distract you. I think he did that with Eve, right? To be gods on earth was how he distracted her. It's how he lied to her. It wasn't entirely untrue, but it was untrue enough. Without the obedience factor that God has put in, right? That he was able to steal, right? He miscommunicated something to Eve. He does this with men too, right? He tries to wear you out. This is his method of attack, and in that tiredness, somehow he starts to plant tears. There's a lot, but when you focus enough, and when God talks to you, even if it doesn't make sense to you, you'll trust him on it, and you'll move on it. So we're moving on it, and we're in November, and there's probably 10 days left in November. It's enough time. It's enough time. So we're here. Okay. So this is the first of many YouTube posts. And I gotta get serious about this. I gotta find somebody to do all of that. Thumbnails. And transcribing and words on the screen, all that stuff like that. But to me, I think it's better just to start. It's better to start. And you really started building until you had it finished, right? So we're starting. We're getting it going. God bless you.